Hi, Philip here from Hazard 4 Tactical over at the 2018 SHOT Show. I'm just going to run you guys through some of our highlight new products, kind of based on our new patents that we have for the year. So last year we had the prototypes at the show for these hard shell packs, which this model here was called the Pillbox, and now these have rolled out, so they're actually available to buy as of Christmas. So you can go out and get them, but if you remember, it had the hard shell. These were sort of photography and electronics centered pieces, and they had our patented hardpoint system, which are all these divots here with the double grommet holes, so that they could be used for attaching some of our hardware. Like for instance, in this case, we've got some lights on here. Could be used for signal lights, for motorcycle, biking, or for military uses in infrared. They could be used to pattern out the pack, to identify friendly forces and that kind of thing. But for this year, we're rolling out one that's a sling. So it's a more comfortable option. It's a little bit slimmer through here than the one from last year that was the backpack, because we figured a sling has only one strap, but it also allows this to come around to the front of the body better and go back to the top to grab a camera or something like that. So this is the new version of that. And now this leads into another patent that we have in a similar vein. It's a smaller backpack that we're introducing at the show. This is sort of for 17 and down laptops, like 15-inch probably is the most popular. This one here is like a 13 or 14-inch, which is probably really popular with photographers and people who travel. But I wanted to focus on this new system we have here to augment the hardpoint system, and that's a way of doing MOLLE on a hard surface that's never really been done before. So this is a new patent we just entered right before coming to the show. And basically, if you try to do MOLLE on a hard surface like this, if you put the webbing, sort of like this webbing here, you can't really get your fingers underneath and to feed stuff, and you certainly can't get the webbings and plastic parts that need to be fed in on the accessories. So we invented this here, which actually has linear channels that you can certainly get your finger underneath, and you can get the very even thick parts underneath here to MOLLE out this section. And they're anchored in with rivets where they need to, and they're actually, the horizontal members are actually hard pieces as well. So they're strong and sort of more rigid than the MOLLE would be, and they kind of have to be crossing these little bridges here. The other thing we added to it too is they can be perforated, and we added these 1/4 holes, which is kind of the photography standard for those of you who are familiar with photography gear. And this allows you to slip a photo screw underneath and be able to put any photo accessory. So that could be an action cam, or it could be like an arm, articulating arm, or a flash. And then with the backpack usually being quite heavy with batteries and other photo gear, stuff can come off of here and actually be used as sort of a tripod for doing lighting or whatever. So this new system here we're hoping to put on other products, maybe rolling luggages or shoulder bags or just about anything else. It could even be for vehicle panels for off-road vehicles or something like that. So this will be coming out in this pack just to show you what it's all about on the inside. It's similar to our Pillbox packs, so that it has the shell, but the shell is actually still tricot lined, so patches and holsters can stick to it. We have areas here for reading materials. We have laser MOLLE on the inside for attaching various accessories and pouches and tools. Admin area. Then this section here for laptops or for tablets, and even if that's zipped up most of the way, with one of our Velcro holsters, it can actually be used as a good CCW location that you can reach into and pull a pistol out of that section. And then I mentioned that it's a photo bag in a lot of ways. So this section here is designated specifically for dividing up, whether it be camera gear, small drones, batteries, that kind of thing. And then being SHOT Show, what this has been used for by us a lot is to put kind of bench rest shooting stuff. So you've got speed meters, like chronometers and chronographs, and timers and laser rangefinders, and also boxes of hand loads and things like that, and other scopes and optics. So this pads that really well. And again, you've got fuzzy areas for attaching various Velcro accessories and patches. And then back here, as usual with our products, we've got another section that's good for laptop, it's good for hydration, and it can be used also for armor plates if it's being used for law enforcement or military. So this should be coming out in a few months, and we're pretty excited about that system. Now, a departure from the bags for us, and kind of coming from our tritium watch line in a way, is a new product that we're rolling out to start a new line of accessories for firearms. It's kind of a small piece, but it's interesting. So what this is, it's a loaded chamber indicator done in tritium through the extractor, and in this case it's a Glock, but it could be any pistol that has an external extractor. And how this works is, you can see in this case we've got a white in the white extractor, but it usually would be a black nitrided piece. And if I eject the magazine here, I've got a dummy round, and put it in. The extractor is down, can't see anything. If I run the slide, you can see that extractor pops up, and there's actually a piece of tritium that pops out of the extractor, and it can be seen at night very easily, and it can be seen in a holster or in a nightstand. And we think for police use or for just sort of self-defense, it's quite a good piece that you can immediately identify whether you're loaded or not, even at night. Also tactily, it pops out a bit, so you can feel it without having to chamber check and maybe fumble around out or cause a malfunction otherwise. So that's going to be available very soon. We've already had a number of them made, and they run really well. In this case, it's also a billet extractor, which is a higher quality extractor than the ones that come with the Glock, a little bit more resilient and flexible. So look for that. And then transitioning from the handgun chamber indicator to something that I kind of personally had designed is this kind of unassuming bag here. And this is a gray man trademark that we have for a lot of the products that come in this sort of almost suit-like color for urban use. And it kind of looks like a lunchbox or something, but in reality, it's called the MPC because it's our multi-pistol case, and it's actually designed to hold up to 14 handguns in one small, easy-to-carry package. You can see it just has dividers. It's fully padded all the way around like a photo bag to protect, the guns, especially collectible guns and nice pieces. And it just has dividers. You can put in the pistols 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And people say, well, how can you get 12 or 14 in there? Well, there's a lot of space underneath the handguns here. And if you have a gun that's a little bit shorter than all these demo models, so this is a Glock 17, if it's a Glock 19 or anything smaller, you flip them upside down, kind of like dueling pistols. Then you have pieces like this that go in to pad in between, and then you take your other longer handgun or a shorter one, and you kind of nestle it in between. And then you've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 handguns. And some of these panels have loops for putting other things like oil cans or tools or suppressors actually. And then every panel has a little pocket to put a magazine in. So you can have a gun and its magazine. So you can have 2 magazines, one in the gun and one on the side. And then there's a section on top that's also fuzzy lined, so you can either just drop a gun in or use one of our Velcro holsters to stick one in and maybe another smaller one in here and close that up. So that gets you the 14 guns. And this was sort of designed to solve a problem in that I've always wanted to take a lot of guns to the range. We're a brand, we take out a lot of product, and it's usually difficult because you've got your handgun in a box or something, a bunch of little boxes or little sleeves, and you're trying to get them out to the range and put them in a range bag or something. So this was the only product that we could think of to come up with that would actually let you take 3 or 4 or whatever guns to the range. And most guys will probably take a bunch of pistols, but they'll probably take 3 or 4, and then the rest will usually be probably filled with ammo for those guns, ear pro and eye pro, and maybe some lubricants or little tools and things like that. And in this bag on the side, we have an extra pocket for more of that kind of range stuff. And then this front piece is actually a hidden piece of Velcro. So in the city, you may not want to have that shown, but if you're a police officer or something, you could have some ID there, or just some fun patches for the range. But then if you're carrying this thing around through the city with the way we've designed it, you're just going to look like you've got a little lunch bag or some kind of a piece of electronics equipment. And this also comes in black with revealed Velcro and some laser cut moly for more of an actual sort of tactical use, and molly's on the side for attaching pouches of your choice. So we just called that the MPC multi-pistol case, plain and simple, and it's actually been really, really popular for Christmas, and we're hoping more people will pick up this gray one when it comes out. So that's kind of the highlights for what we've got, but we've got lots more. So check us out at hazard4.com, and this is Philip from Hazard 4 SHOT Show 2018.
Calibers is a very easy system.
You want me on incidental businessmen? Light where the light leads are.
Share with you a few of the
Dogs. Hey guys, my name's